In the previous section, we've worked with some basic grooves in which we broke up the chord in a maximum of 2 different parts, the bass and the top of the chord. This gave us 4 different sounds to play with: a full chord plucked, the actual palm slap, the top of the chord plucked, and the base of the chord popped. In this section, we'll go a step further and divide the top of the chord into another 2 elements, giving us 3 different chord parts: the bass, 1 middle string, and the top of the chord, 2 strings. Let's see what we can come up with.
In exercise 16, the chord we're using is a G5 chord. You'll have your middle finger on the bottom 6th string playing a G bass, and your ring finger on the 2nd string playing a D note. And it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll split up the chord in 2 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this time we'll split up the chord in 3 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first exercise only had a palm slap on beat 2 and 4, and on beat 1 and 3 we just plucked the full chord. And in the second one, we divided the chord into 2 parts, the bass and the top 3 strings of the chord, just like we've seen in the section about basic grooves. And then the last one, we divided the chord into 3 parts. The bass, played with the right hand thumb, the 4th string D note, played with your index finger, and the top 2 strings of the chord, played with middle and ring finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you play this groove, try to hit the strings as close to the notes that you're going to be plucking on the next beat. Now the palm slap is a controlled motion. It's not like a big bang. Best is to aim your fingers right beneath the strings you're going to be plucking. And that way you only have to put some tension on your fingers and curl them slightly around the strings to get a good sound where you pluck them. Using the principles discussed in the Basic Grooves section, we can now create rhythms with even more finesse. In exercise 17, we've added the anticipated G chord on the 4 and, plucking the whole chord. This is the most commonly used palm slap groove. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. In 3-part grooves, exercise 18, we only anticipate the bass on the 4 and in bar 1. The bass note keeps ringing throughout beat 1 of the 2nd bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. This groove consists of 6 different parts. You have the full chord, the bass, the middle string, the top 2 strings, the top 3 strings, and the palm slap. You can vary the dynamics in this groove to create different types of feel. You lay more stress on the slaps or play the 1 of bar 2 real loud. Remember to pluck the full chord on beat 1 of a bar in a steady 2 or 4 bar pattern. If you anticipate too much, leaving the 1 of a bar kind of hanging and weak, you'll create an unsteady groove. In exercise 19, you anticipate the full chord on the 4 end of bar 1. Leave the first beat of bar 2 out, and then pluck the top 3 strings of the chord on the 1 end. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can combine this one with exercise number 10. 3-part grooves exercise 20 has a different bounce altogether, with a heavier groove in bar 1 and a lighter feel in bar 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Experiment with different placement of all the elements to see what you can come up with.